Okay, so we'll move on to our derivations. So write down next step. Let heat required to increase. Let heat required to increase. Let heat required to increase. Let heat required to increase its temperature, its temperature, its temperature, its temperature through a change in through change in temperature delta T. Change in temperature delta T. Let heat record increase the temperature through changing temperature delta T at constant volume. At constant volume. At constant volume. You write dq is equal to, at constant volume, dq is equal to constant volume, dq is equal to, you can write it right, dq,
Ma'am,
small letter d. Okay, yes.
can you say from change temperature delta T?
Ah, let heat record to increase the temperature through delta T at constant volume, at constant volume, constant volume, dq, dq is equal to cv d, d capital T. dq is equal to cv into dt, because this is from the equation of last chapter, no, specific heat capacity. So we are having molar specific heat capacity at constant volume is cv, that is cv is equal to dq by dt. So from this equation we can write dq is equal to cv dt. Then after that you write this one. After that, this winter is coming like anything. After that, you can write from the same equation, you can write like this, that is cv is equal to, you have already written dq is equal to cv theta t. Now just we are cross multiplying, you are getting cv is equal to dq divided by dt at a constant volume. The next step, you see, from the first law of thermodynamics, from the first law of thermodynamics, from the first law of thermodynamics, you can see this PdV. PdV, that equation will not be there because PdV is equal to work done. So here only temperature is increasing. Here only temperature is increasing. So there is no work is done actually. So that term is cancelled. Okay, from the first law of thermodynamics, this PdV term is getting cancelled because it is only temperature rises but the gas is not doing any work. So from the first law of thermodynamics, you can write, by first law of thermodynamics, we have Cv is equal to du by dt, as you see in the slide. Cv is equal to du by dt. Why it is du? The heat energy is now fully, it is becoming only internal energy. Conservation. Instead of dq by dt, we have written du by dt. So that you give equation 1. This equation you give equation 1. Okay. The next line, after that, next line. Now what we are going to do that? We are keeping pressure constant. So write down. As only the temperature, as after writing du by dt below that, write down as only the temperature, as only the temperature has increased, there is an increase in internal energy. There is an increase in internal energy. du, internal energy du, for this already I told you, for 1 mole of gas. For MOL, you should write a small letter, okay? MOL. I am writing capital for you to know, see clearly. Right? MOL is for small. 1 mole of gas. 1 mole of gas, because that much gas is in the cylinder. Below that you write, suppose the same mass of gas is heated. Suppose same mass of gas is heated through delta T, temperature, at constant pressure, then the piston is pushed. Piston is pushed through a distance of a dash. That is what we see in the picture. From A it is pushed to a through distance of a dash. Against the pressure, a dash against the pressure, besides the increase in internal energy. That means a work is done. So when we are only increasing the temperature, keeping the volume constant, there was no work is done because volume did not change. Only temperature rises. Now what happened? We kept the pressure constant and we started further heating. So volume no more constant, it changed. So which it changed means gas started expanding. So the gas which has been inside it has been started expanding within the cylinder. So because of that, what happened? We didn't give any further. So because of that expansion of the volume, there is a force applied on the piston. There is a force applied on the piston against the pressure. So that make the piston to pushed outward from the cylinder. The piston started pushed outward for a distance a dash. So there is a force is applied, and also there is a distance has been displaced in the direction of the force because of the volume increasing. Clear? So that's why in this case what happened, work done without internal, there's a change in internal energy and also there's a work done. Now we are going back to that first law. Thus by first law of thermodynamics, so by first law of thermodynamics by first law of thermodynamics, we have specific heat capacity. We have specific heat capacity at a constant pressure. You can copy down what is given. We have specific heat capacity at a constant pressure. Cp is equal to dq by dt, and that should be bracket and put a suffix p. This suffix p indicates that this is happened at a constant pressure. That is why under the dq by dt they are in bracket and we have put the p. Now next step, we are going to, instead of dq by dt, we can apply the equation. First law thermodynamics, du plus p dv, dq by dt. Therefore, Cp also is equal to du by dt plus, now it's a magnitude. So we remove the bracket. We are only taking magnitude. So we remove the bracket and we can just write it du plus p dv by dt. du plus p dv by dt. Then below that you write from first equation we get Cp is equal to Cv plus Cv. How the Cv come? Because in first equation Cv is equal to du by dt. So instead of du by dt, we are substituting Cv. Therefore, Cp is equal to Cv plus p dv by dt. P dv by dt. I hope you understood. Now you can give this is as equation 2. This is as equation 2. Next line. Now we are going to apply by ideal gas equation. By applying ideal gas equation for 1 mole gas. By applying ideal gas equation for 1 mole gas, we have PV is equal to mu RT. That is what NCRT we are used mu RT. Here they are used nRT. So N also stands for mu. So you can either write in terms of nRT or mu RT. PV is equal to nRT, where N stands for number of moles. So that is, we have only 1 mole. So we are going to get the equation PV is equal to RT, because instead of N, we are substituting 1. So you are getting PV is equal to RT. PV is equal to RT. Next line. In a particular time, dt, the gas equation changes. For particular time dt, the gas equation changes into, then you can write the next equation, that is P dV divided by dt. So here small t stands for time, not for temperature. P dV by dt is equal to R dt divided by dt. Then dt get cancelled. Then new denominator dt can cancel, and finally you are only, since both are equal, so it get cancelled. So we are getting equation P dV is equal to R dt. P dV equal to R dt. Okay, now what is the next step? Take dt to left side. As you see in the slide, you take this dt, d capital temperature take. So on right side we are only remain with the gas constant, universal gas constant. So P dV by dt is equal to capital R. So that you can give as a equation 3. Equation 3. Now next line, put this value. Put this value in equation 2. Equation 2, you are having Cp is equal to Cv plus P dV by dt. So instead of that P dV by dt, you can have capital R over there. Then our equation is Cp is equal to Cv plus capital R. Thus, Cp minus Cv is equal to capital R. So that's Mayer's relation. So this is 5-mark question from this chapter. Important. Derive Mayer's formula for ideal gas. Derive Mayer's formula for ideal gas. Okay. Hope you have completed writing. Did you understand how this equation derived? First, what we consider? We consider a temperature increase for that gas at a constant volume. Since there is no change in volume, no work is done, then first law of thermodynamics only remain with internal energy. Next step, we kept the pressure constant and we started heating, then volume changed. When volume changed, gradually there is a external force applied on the piston because of this expansion of the volume, and it pushed the piston outward with the distance a dash, and from this you understood that there's a work is done on the system. Okay, therefore first law of thermodynamics, we have got that dq is equal to du plus p dv. By manipulating in terms of time and the temperature, we first equation and second equation we combine together, and finally we got Cp minus Cv is equal to capital R. Okay, so this is Mayer's. Any doubt? Anyone? Okay. Yes. Shall we continue, children? So those who are still, when I was sharing your video getting off, when you come, still you are keeping the video off. So please switch on it. So when you share, all of you switch off. That's what I see. But when I come back, I can see only blank rectangles. I don't think you had many classes today, but please join. Clear? So I hope you understood Mayer's relation. Okay, Cp minus Cv is equal to R. So that is the one of the application of thermodynamics. If you know the molar specific heat capacity of pressure and molar specific heat capacity at the constant volume, you can find out the ideal gas equation. Okay, ideal gas value. That's what first law of thermodynamics is succeeded in that. Clear? So let us go back again. So on the basis of that, we have a graph here. Can you see the graph? This is the variation of, in your textbook, page number, graph you can understand and you can learn. Page number 309, figure 12.5. Figure 12.5, variation of the specific heat capacity of water with the temperature. Okay, how the water's level is changed with that. And if you look at the NCERT, you'll be wondering, ma'am, the thing which you have given and which you have written is wrong. It's not that, both are same only. I have given you little more easy way actually. if you look at here, you may not understand what it is, all these brackets and all. It's the same one, and that internal steps, what I mentioned about work done and all that is not there in your textbook. It is not there in your textbook. Okay, so that is about it. So now we are going to get the equation that is also based on first law of thermodynamics. You are going to learn, or yesterday we have already learned the different type of process, thermodynamic process. Now we are going to see how this isothermal adiabatic process taking place for an ideal gas. So this is happening in the working of steam engine, car engine cooling system, I already told you, and all the industrial engines. All the industrial engine where they are using the heat energy as the external, this is applicable to it. If you go to a huge furnace where we are making the metal sheets, metal rods, all that also this is possible, because we are making all the ores and particles of iron, you will melt with the help of heat energy, and that one we will mold into separator shape. That is how we are making different types of metal sheets, then parallel plates, rods, wires, all those things. So for all this process, this thermodynamics is very important. So this is the part of the engineering level of a construction of the instruments, machines and all. So now we are going to see, and what is the expression for an isothermal process. Isothermal, then we will learn for adiabatic process what is the equations. Okay, so if you look at the picture here, if you go down, you can see PV curves for isothermal and adiabatic process of an ideal gas. So this is also you have to learn. That is on page number page number 313. It is the basic of a heat engine. It's a basic application or basic theory of heat engines. So this is 313, figure 12.8. So this is an internal structure of a heat engine, how it works. So maybe some changes. So it is actually the main theory, but as you go to your textbook, you have a heat engines, reservoirs, heat pump, all that. So these are applicable for it. So it is the main application theory. So if you understand how isothermal process will change the pressure and volume, how adiabatic, then only we can understand this entire thing. So isothermal, adiabatic, isothermal, adiabatic. It's a reversible process. You can look at here. So write down all of you now. First, we will see what is the isothermal process expression. So next heading, isothermal process for an ideal gas. Isothermal process for an ideal gas. Isothermal process for an ideal gas. Isothermal, which quantity fixed? Temperature, pressure, volume. Which quantity fixed there? In isothermal process? Temperature is fixed. Yeah. So with that, we are going to the derivation. This is for 2 marks, 3 marks. Sorry. So write down, for an isothermal process, for ideal gas, temperature is constant. For an ideal gas, temperature is constant. That means pressure and voltage can be varied. That's the meaning of it. Okay, so write down. By Boyle's law, pressure of a given mass, by Boyle's law, pressure of a given mass varies inversely. Depending upon the volume. depending upon the volume. Depending upon the volume. Okay. Next line. Suppose an ideal gas. Suppose an ideal gas goes isothermally. Ideal gas goes isothermally. Isothermally. So you can see that which is I have highlighted in the PDF. Write down from its initial state. From its initial state, P1 V1. P1 V1 should be put in the bracket as it is. P1 V1 to the final state P2 V2. P2 V2. The next line, at any intermediate stage, 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 this is coming. Volume change into at any intermediate stage, volume change into V2 V plus dV. That is change in volume. V2 V plus dV. V2 V plus dV. So this is we are taking as it is. You have seen that first we will take it for a small volume and then we use the integration. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. So at any intermediate stage, the volume changes from V to V plus dV. Got it? So this is for small volume. So what's the next step? We are going to generalize that in terms of the integration. That's the next step. So once it is changes by first law thermodynamics, work done changes. So you can write down dV, change in dW is equal to P dV. So instead of delta, you can use small letter d also, no problem. So P delta V. Thus, you can write thus capital W is equal to that capital W. Now, what is that we are going to generalize? Therefore, total work done is equal to integral V1 to V2. As I am highlighting the letter, look at here and then you write integral V1 to V2 PdV. So what is taking delta V and we can skip. This is not necessary since we have taken the differentiation. Suppose you are taking the triangular delta, then we have to consider the limit. So now I am directly going to the differentiation mode. So that is dW is equal to P dV. So work done is equal to V1 to V2 P dV. What's the next step? Next step, you already know PV is equal to, write down. We have ideal gas equation. We have ideal gas equation. We have ideal gas equation. PV is equal to RT. PV is equal to RT. Or you can write PV is equal to mu RT. That's equal to PV is equal to mu RT. Mu stands for number of moles. Mu RT. Now, from that equation, what is P, children? From the equation, from ideal gas equation, you can write it. I can't write the mu, so I am writing small letter n. Okay. We can use mu or nRT. From this, what you will get? P is equal to nRT. N capital RT. I mean capital RT divided by this, not small letter. It is supposed to be small letter n. Divided by V. We are getting equation divided by V. P is equal to nRT divided by V. And that equation what you have written? Integral V1 to V2. You write equation 1. That you give as a equation 1. Now, next line. Substitute after P is equal to nRT by V. You can write substitute the value of P. Substitute the value of P in equation 1. When you substitute equation, it is P dV, no? You have written P dV. Inside the integral, you are using P dV. So instead of P, you are substituting that. So what is this equation is going to be? This equation is going to be N capital RT dV divided by capital V. Divided by capital V. That's volume. So you are just happening. Now nRT is a constant. So what you have to do? You have to take it out, nRT out of integration. So next line you can write, take nRT so nRT take outside, and you are going to get what is on the textbook, what is given. That is here mu RT. Now if suppose you are writing n, you continue like that. Those are used mu, you can use like that. So you fix 1. So nRT outside, so integration is going to be integral V1 V2 dV by capital V. So that is why dV by capital V is K. And again, it's a +2 quotient integration. So it is actually the log V. Okay. Integral dV by V or dx by x. That's a standard value. Integral of a dx by x is actually equal to log first upper limit divided by lower limit. So that you will be learning in the next class. I think +1 you have already learned the differentiation. So log x differentiation you have learned 1 by x dx. So integration means it is just opposite, correct? So you can write down by applying log, you can write this equation, that is nRT. In means it's indicate the inverse of log. In means inverse of log. 1 by log x integration 1 by x dx. That is what you differentiation is 1 by x. That is what you got it in the +1 mathematics. Now you are reverse order, no? So that's why it is in. In means inverse log. In V2 by V1. So you can just write like that by applying the integration by applying integration of log, we get nRT in V2 by V1. So when you go to plus 2, you will understand how this equation is come. I mean this in V2 by V1. Okay.
Ma'am,
Mm.
can you say the last step again?
Which one? Log 1.
Mm, Yeah.
nRT into in V2 by V1. This is actually equal to log V2 minus log V1. This in V2 by V1 actually equal to log V2 minus log V1. Have you get that? Because differentiation differentiation of log x is 1 by x. So integration is just reverse order. So that is why again we are coming low. Got it? Okay. So that's about the isothermal expansion expression for isothermal process. So isothermal process, if you want to calculate the value, this is the value, that is mu RT into log V2 divided by V1. If you want, you can again simplify. Suppose if you know the value, of log of that particular quantity. Suppose V2 is log, V2 stands for 50. V1 stands for 10. Then in V2 by V1, you can find out log 50 minus log 20. Okay, so that is why, since it is given in expression, we are only dealing with that. Okay, so so we are going to wind up this one. So next derivation we will learn in the next class, because it's not easy for me to take it in the laptop. No, so tomorrow we will continue with adiabatic, because most of them are having integration. It's the full of integration, so it is more easy for us to on the studio board. Okay, so tomorrow we will take the remaining process. Okay, and before that we just give some cases here. We will conclude this by writing some of the cases. So you can write down from the first law of thermodynamics. You put that last result in the box. It's important. Then write down under that, by first law of thermodynamics, first law of thermodynamics, in an isothermal process, heat supplied to the gas, equal to work done by the gas, that is Q is equal to capital W. Capital Q is equal to capital W. That is why we have got an expression in work done terms. Okay. So how much heat energy given isothermal? That is
Can you tell the equation again? No, after work done by the gas.
Work done by the gas, that is capital Q is equal to capital W. Capital Q is equal to capital W. Okay, so that is what we have got it. After integration, you are getting the work done. So that work done actually equal to how much heat energy supplied during isothermal process. That's it. Okay. Next line, for V2 greater than V1. For V2 greater than V1. That is volume 2. Final volume greater than initial volume. For V2 greater than, you can put that greater symbol. Okay. For V2 greater than V1. Work done W greater than 0. Work done W greater than 0. Okay. Next one, below that, this is one case. This is the case number 1. Second case, for V2 less than V1, put the less than sign of mathematics. For V2 less than V1, work done less than 0. Work done less than 0. Okay.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, this chapter printed notes also will be there.
Yeah, printer notes will be there. Okay, it is ready. Okay, work done less than 0. So below that you write down. That means in an isothermal expansion, in an isothermal expansion, in an isothermal expansion, system does work, system does work, system does work by absorbing heat energy, by absorbing heat energy. You can write in bracket V2 greater than V1. So isothermal expansion in which case? The volume 2, final volume is greater than the initial volume. That implies the isothermal expansion. Okay. While in an isothermal compression, work is done on the system, work is done on the system. In an isothermal compression, work is done on the system by the surrounding, work is done on the system by the surrounding by releasing heat energy, by releasing heat energy. So that you can put it in bracket V2 less than V1. You got it? V2 greater than V1 isothermal expansion, V2 less than V1 isothermal compression. Isothermal expansion, suppose if it is the gas doing the work. In isothermal compression, gas is not doing work, surrounding is doing the work. Okay, so that is refrigerator working system. Okay, children, so I wind up the session. Tomorrow we will discuss others process. Okay, thank you.